Hey, hi, hello everyone, and welcome to the Purple Kiss video. Purple Kiss is a six-member girl group, formerly seven, who debuted under Rainbow Bridge World Entertainment on March 15th, 2021, and I adore them. My Purple Kiss journey starts when I was really new to the K-pop scene. I had just found their name by chance on K-pop profiles. I was looking something else up and I was like, wow, that's a pretty cool name. So I looked them up. It was pre-debut period. They had just released their first ever pre-debut song, My Heart Skip a Beat, and I have been hooked ever since. Purple Kiss has a flawless, no-skip discography in my opinion. Their vocals are strong, their releases are super consistent in quality, from title track to B-sides. And so this video is to celebrate them as an appreciation from one of my alt groups. I just wanted to take a really long time and talk about their music. So I went through and I spent way too much time just poring over their discography. To timestamp their video, this is going to be released after Cabin Fever, so they've been active for 2 years, and at this point they have 5 mini albums, 1 promotional single, and 1 Christmas song. And then as I was listening, I wrote reviews of every song and then spent so much time, too much time I might dare say, putting together this list and comparing the songs against one another and deciding which I ultimately liked better. And it was really fun and really hard. So to split this up, the first segment I want to do is just ranking the EPs and discuss the albums as a whole and my feelings about them on a grander era scheme, while the second portion of this video is going to be the longer half of it, in which I reveal to you my grand Purple Kiss list. Everything is opinion-based and quite honestly subject to change at any time. Ultimately, music is subjective and I'm okay with that. Going forward, I need you to be too. So we're gonna get into it. Please feel free to tell me about all of your favorite Purple Kiss songs and how they stack up to one another in the comments. I love listening to other people dive into things they like and oversharing. So please overshare about Purple Kiss with me. Even if you're a casual fan or listener, I want to hear your thoughts on the music. And while you're typing, I'll get started with a brief ranking and review of the Purple Kiss EPs. So, first up in spot number 5, we have Geeky Land. I know a lot of people love Nerdy, and I do too, but this song just does not click with me in the way all of the other title tracks have clicked. The story and concept of this song are really cute, but I'm not in love with it, and the outfits of this era, while they're good outfits, they don't feel cohesive across the era to me. Like, if you look at any one outfit, I feel like you'd know it's Nerdy by default, not because like, yes, that looks like it goes with that concept. Like, I think like Sweet Juice so far has really good cohesion, Zombie has pretty good cohesion. It's just not the same. Because sometimes it's these highlighter suits, sometimes it's torn up knits, and sometimes it's like this Harlequin mishmash. They all have good like thematic style one at a time, but it doesn't feel cohesive across. Quirky's just too broad to be the concept. You feel? Does that make sense? And then the album itself, I think, also lacks some cohesion. In my opinion, as I said before, Nerdy is their weakest title track to me, and it's surrounded by these really good B-sides, but all over the place tonally. Like Love is Dead has rock influence, Fireflower has this Arabic flavor, Can't Stop Dreaming is really heavy synths and raw vocals. The other EPs feel like this neat little package of trying out a sound, and then they have some consistency internally. So while individually I'll rank a lot of Geeky Land tracks high, when put together I don't think they're cooperating nicely. As my final point, this is the shortest Purple Kiss mini-album, and that doesn't really count for much, but it also just means there's less to take in. It's 5 songs and one of them's an intro, and more Purple Kiss content is always the answer in my eyes. Next up, in spot number 4, we have Hide and Seek. I view Purple Kiss as having a Red Velvet style concept, with their 2 sides being more creepy haunted and creepy cute. And I definitely tend to like the darker concepts, as you can see by these bottom two rankings. Zombie does have a lot better cohesion than Geeky Land does. Like, I could listen to one and go, that's a Zombie era song. The big difference here is that I'll just accidentally forget about a lot of these tracks. I love listening to them while I am listening to them, like if I put their whole discography on just on a loop, or they'll rank really high in this ranking because I was intentionally focusing on every song. But I might forget about them when I walk away. The songs that get stuck in my head have a tendency to be from different albums. Except for Zombie, because that's their best title track, spoiler alert, but like, oh my god. I love Zombie. This album is very smooth and it's almost soothing. It's like a cute, comfy sweater that you wear to a party. It's chic, but it's still comfy. And that just, it doesn't spark the same joy as some of the other albums. Era-wise, though, I really do love Zombie, and the physical copy of Zombie is one of my favorite aesthetics that they have done. I love the scrapbook style and neon palette. The plaid, though, meh. Again, they look great, but there's just like so much plaid happening. Although this era did bring us split-haired Dozy and Dozy with the big heart jeans, and that is a blessing. Coming in right in the middle, we have Into Violet and number 3, and I am so deeply obsessed with this mini album for nostalgia purposes, I think. I know it didn't come out that long ago, but when it did, I looped it for about a month straight with pretty much no other music in between. My 2021 wrap-up on Spotify had 6 of the 7 songs in my top 10, and 5 of them were my top 5. And that's just why this album is number 3. It was such a strong debut album. It's super vocal heavy, and that really showcased Swan and Goon. It showed off the other members, but it really leaned into those two, which is a critique I have of the album, but since it's the debut album, I understand why they are pushing it so hard. And it also really leans into that first draft concept of purple being up of red and blue, so then you have this mix of the hot and sultry red tracks, and then the longing and melodic blue tracks, and it's all headed up by Ponzonia as the perfect purple song. And it just shows all of the talent and potential that they have and that they are debuting. They've leaned further into the witch concept in more recent releases, and I love the witch concept, but this just set the scene. And in terms of styling, I love the glitz and the glam and these velvet outfits with diamonds overlaid on top of it. Gowen's purple hair is a serve. I think the only critique styling-wise I have is Swan's. They kept putting her in things that I think didn't look great on her, and my big fear is that they were doing it because they hadn't figured out yet what to do with someone who is not a size -1. Luckily, it's all gotten better, so I don't have to keep making this critique over and over again. But I really love Into Violet. The music is just so good. They sound so good. Cabin Fever takes second place here, and the title track is really what's holding it up there. It might just be because it's new, but Sweet Juice has an incredible grip on me. I love this hotel concept they're going for. I'm not a horror movie buff, but the Shining references that they have throughout are subtle and fantastic. I've been kicking myself for not figuring out that it's Salir written all over the walls. I just watched their reviewing the music video and they explained that, and I was like, oh, I should have known when all of the clues indicated there's Shining references, so you have to reverse the word. The styling is lovely. I don't super care about the gray outfits that they have, but I am enamored with the red flannels that they have, so everything else doesn't matter. I just watched a stage where they did the same red flannel outfits except for there was purple flannel and they're almost nearly identical, and I am in heaven for it. They look so good. The tracks on this album feel cohesive. I love the sprinkling of synthwave against pop and then pop ballads. And it really excites me that Gowen and specifically Dozy have credits on songs because it's the first time I've seen Dozy's name. This album is strong and it's got similar vibes to Mem, but I do think that Mem does it better. Which then brings me to my number one favorite Purple Kiss EP thus far, Mem. Purple Kiss, I think, has a talent for making really great products with really seemingly silly names, and I think Mem is the epitome of that. Every track on this album works. I love their take on Girl Crush, and I love the way that they showed off pretty much every B-side in some way. The lead up to this album totally works. I love the story elements that they created in this cute little witch story that ultimately subverts expectations when the title track came out, because it's so different than the trailers they were producing. And I think this album overall is just super balanced in terms of all of the members getting shining moments. Throughout its runtime, I can hear all 7 of them, and I think they sound really good. This is the album that I'm most likely to just go put on and listen to, or take tracks and put them on my playlist for the month. These are the tracks that I'm just most likely to have going through my head. You know, Memdora, I got you. This is my favorite one, and it is great. And that's my ranking of all of their EPs thus far. So the next segment I have prepared here is a list ranking of the current Purple Kiss discography as it stands. This is totally subject to change as they release new music, as I overplay a certain song and it'll either increase or decrease my love for it. All of the things. Everything is fluid, and like I said in the intro, I really love all these songs. I don't think that there is a song that I regularly skip when listening through here. So mostly my reviews are going to be all of the positive things I like about the songs. There might be a critique here and there, but there's very few. This is mostly a chance for me to geek out about things I like. So, let's take it on the list, and let's start way at the bottom once more, in song number 34. 파랑 불꽃이 되어 이 밤을 비춰 So I'll light a fire 타올라 타올라 난 꽃이 별로 향기로 번져 Number 34, Fireflower. So the sound design of this song is so interesting to me. I love the high-pitched sitar sound and the hollow wind chimes that fill the slower moments of the song, and the delivery of Scarlet that builds in that like fiery feeling, just kind of up in flames high note, really builds on the warmth of this track. This song is terracotta, reds and tans, and just a pop of gold painted in. And then with all that said, I have no strong feelings about this song. It gets stuck in my head after I hear it, and then it disappears and I don't really think about it anymore. No big reason as to why. This one just doesn't stick for me. Number 33, Period. This song really pulls at the absolute emotion Purple Kiss can deliver while singing. This song is so smooth, and the vocals just lay over the piano so delicately. I do have one critique here, and it's just that in the way that they share the mic. I know line distribution is kind of petty, but when I talked earlier about how Into Violet really pressed on showing how good Gowon and Swan's vocals are, in this song, they wanted to show that off so bad that they really forgot to give anybody else a turn with the mic. Save for Yuki getting her one verse, I just can't hear the other members in this song. It's not that their lines are short, it's that their lines don't feel special and compared to what Gowon and Swan are delivering. So this is a super beautiful song, but it doesn't feel the same way as like Hello, for example. Swan and Gowon are also the stars there, but I can still hear everybody else, and I feel like they get a moment in that one. And that said, I don't know. It makes me sad. I really want them to lead the song, not dominate it. I'm still alive. I'll be more stronger. Oh, bye, bye, bye. 32, Bye Bye Bully. And I think the descent into madness is so well sound designed in the discordant music note chimes. Bye Bye Bully is like a villain origin story into words. It's grim and gray and just so desperate. It's a super well acted song. If they do make published intros into full intros, I think Bye Bye Bully is actually the one that I would want to be done first. The short runtime of this song is not serving it. Like, it deserves to be more than just an intro song. Also, for me personally, Spotify hella overplayed this one for me, so I'm just a tiny bit over it. Coming in at 31, we have Find You. This track is soft and dreamy, and I really would believe this is just a B-side and not an ad song if I didn't follow Purple Kiss so closely. I enjoy Yuki getting some singing lines, and I think Chaeyeon sounds awesome in this track. It's a very cute pop song. I don't really have any stronger feelings for it aside from that. I'll be loving this comfy. 2 a.m. The instruments in this one are just phenomenal. The combination of strings and drum sets and pops of brass all melted together underneath that smooth vocal melody, it really builds the easy listening feeling. It's jazzy and comforting, and the line "cozy mood" just describes it perfectly. And with all of that said, and the smooth and easy listening feel, I think this one is just a little bit boring. Yeah, I will 100% sing it when it's on, but I'm also not usually adding it to the queue on purpose. I'm still afraid, 여전히 두렵겠지만 어때? 밤새 너와 drink. So far, so good. It's warm and mellow, and at this point in their career, this many albums in, it just feels like a Purple Kiss ballad. What it also feels like is a pop ballad from the early 2010s, if you feel me. Their voices sound lovely, and the guitars threaded through play a support role super neatly. I think the outro to this song is very nice as well. I really appreciate that there is an outro. The music doesn't just stop when the voices stop or doesn't finish the bar. You get a moment to process the end of the song, and I think that's nice. I am running for the crown. I keep breathing when you drown. I believe myself, no doubt. Crown is just such a powerful opening track for a debut album. It is rumbling with potential and power, just dying to burst through, but it's chained down. Swan's voice is just hidden under these layers of filters, but still recognizably her, and it's surrounded by the whispers and the screams. This song is short, but it is haunting, and I think it's a little bit addicting. It's an event horizon. It's the point of no return that's just dragging you down in further and further. Next me when you save me. Save me. So right above the very first Purple Kiss intro, I have the latest Purple Kiss intro, Save Me, and it is all plucked strings and low vocal tones. It just fits the energy of what a Purple Kiss intro is. It's full of simultaneous suspense and invitation. You know, Sweet Juice is about that freedom of breaking free of an addiction at some point, and Save Me is like that point just before you break free, when you are just so deep in it. My favorite part of this song are the little, huh, kind of sprinkled throughout. I love the hollowness that a lot of the Purple Kiss intros have, and this one just nails that feeling. Hello. When Purple Kiss sings a sad song, they know how to sound sad. I will bring this up many times throughout this whenever we hit a sad song, but it just rings true every single time. I think Swan and June, most notably, have a gorgeous emotional quality in this song. The bridge of this song is just my favorite. Everything about it, because you've got June's low lead-in, and then there's the harmonies, and then Goon's runs that just make my heart melt. Oh, this song shows really great group cohesion as well. They trade their lines very smoothly, and while there are clear main vocals happening, everybody has a shining moment in this song, and they all sound excellent. And next up we have Twinkle. What an absolute little pop of dopamine this song is. Just a little hit of like, ooh, I like this. It's a light EDM track that I think if you added maybe a little bit harder bass and even less lyrical depth, you could find this song in like a 2000s techno club. It's just so cheery. And of course in the bridge you have all the drops and then the crashing sounds, and it's such a fantastic fanfare, and it really makes an impact. I enjoy this song. We'll dance along when it comes on. My. I think I mentioned in a previous video that this song is just like, it's just my shit, and it is. I will listen to this song year round. I'm not a Christmas music person. I'm not super into it unless it's actively December. But if this song turns on, I will not skip it, no matter the month of the year. Everyone just sounds really good in this song. I love the over-the-top, very liberal use of jingle bells every step of the way. The little rumpa-pum-pums are just so light and airy, and it's cute and saccharine sweet, and I like it. ZZZ. This song I think is underrated by Flores, and that's including myself. That it's me, I'm Flores. I find this song to be similar to 2AM tonally, but the percussion is much more diverse, and it's just more full of instruments and flourishes, and they make it more than just a smooth pop song. The reverbs in Yuki's verse feel really well placed, and Swan and Chaeyeon just sound lovely in this song. Dozy really does too. Dozy's kind of got a chameleon voice to me, so like you're not going to hear me point her out very often, because there's a lot of moments that I think I'm hearing a different member and then I look it up and it's actually Dozy. But in this song, I can hear her and I can tell that it's her. And I think that's a very exciting thing too. They all sound really good in this song, and it's very smooth. Yeah. This is one of those songs I was talking about in the beginning when discussing Hide and Seek that I forget about, but it's a really good song. I don't know who I'm trying to convince. I'm only trying to convince myself here, but yeah, ZZZ, man. Excellent. Number 22, the official halfway mark, I have Choa. This is just such a well-blended song in my opinion. Their voices layer so neatly onto the track, and the momentum of this song doesn't stumble for a few minutes and keep going. It just moves forward. This is a lazy river kind of song, just You float along with it with the sun on your skin. I tend to love Yuki's more Spitfire bombastic verses. Those are going to be the ones I'm more likely to point out as we go forward, but she just slides right into the song and gives it what it needs. Thank you, Chaeyoung, for this song. She writes good songs. Illusion. This is my highest ranked Purple Kiss intro, and I just think if you want your group concept to be about wishes, this was the time when they were really doubling down on it. This is the song you're going to use to introduce it. It's the chants and the whispers and this feeling of hollowness that rings throughout the song, but at the same time, it still feels so full with their vocals and the harmonizing and all of that just sliding over the sitar sound intro. It's just captivating. Ajit. So Dozy and Gon have credits on this song, and I think that's very exciting because they don't have a lot of other credits. I think Gon might have one somewhere in the hide and seek era, and this is Dozy's first one that I can remember, and that's just super exciting to me. In terms of the song, I don't know how to explain it, but this feels like a Mamamoo song. This feels like it could be a B-side on White Wind, I think. Part of it might be just the riff in the pre-chorus that just maps super nicely onto the song Windflower, and Yuki almost kind of takes on Moonbyul's style of rapping, it feels like, at the end there. At its core, this is a warm and danceable pop song. I think if you go into the Purple Kiss discography, Twinkle is going to be your best comparison. It's got a good vibe to it. I like the ascending notes that they run with throughout the chorus. The let it flow, wow, that was not it. Run with me here. But that's one of my favorite parts of the song. Takes is up next, and it has a very haunted quality to it. The melody just winding up and up the spiral staircase, and then when it looks down at the stairs below, you can feel the pull of gravity. It has this awesome interplay between the light and the dark, booming heavy bass thrumming, anchoring down a song with super light vocals. I love the line, "I will be the one left, right?" because there's that familiarity of using left and right next to one another, but when you break it down, you add a comma in there, it's a really confrontational line of, "I will be the one left, right?" And just kind of that heartbreak that goes along with it, the resolve that goes along with it. The members describe this song as a cynical song, and I like that take on it. Nerdy. So, Bye Bye Bully's supervillain is born, and she is in fact hella cool. Nerdy is just a weird song with off-kilter beats and new sections every few lines and a delivery that's almost too confident. It's fun to sing and it's fun to listen to. I truly wish the lyrics made like a little more sense though. I understand the message they're trying to spread, but it doesn't feel very well articulated if you just listen to this song and no other media about it. Also, the dance break is incredible. It's just phenomenal. Cursor. Cursor really understands how a rest matters just as much as the notes. This song really plays with the adding and removing of instruments and leans into a short silence to give it the impact that it needs. The cutaway for just the vocals at the end of the chorus and then coming back into full swing with all of the descending synths gives me chills every time. And the count of how many times I've listened to this song has to be in the hundreds. It's just gorgeous.
Are you happier, happier, happier now? No, no, it's story end. Say you wanna stay here, never say goodbye, never say goodbye.
Summer Rain. So this track comes sequentially right after Love is Dead, and it takes all that fire that you have in Love and Dead and just cools you off. The acoustic guitar laying under the synths, their harmonies floating right on top, and the thunder breaking at the end of the song just adds to the vibe. It's very easy listening and I think has a good loopability quality to it. We've now entered our top 15 with number 15, Cast Pearls Before Swine. The sound design for this song is just immaculate. I love the spiraling sound in the intro. There's little bubble pops in the verses. Every one sounds so good. It's super cheerful and catchy. The little flick of the voice when you say, "I don't need it," is one of my favorite parts to sing. This just kind of has a cartoony vibe all around, and I'm very into it. Can't Stop Dreamin'. This song gives me so much hope that we get more debut trailer full versions. I would pay the money if they were to give me a fill and feel full version. What really sells this song to me is the delivery of their voices. Their voices have such a raw quality in the chorus that's just desperate. And it's so deep and powerful. And that's against this desperate sound against the very light etherealness that the chimes add into this song. Again, this is a very good song to just sing out loud to. It feels very good. To go back and give a little more praise for Crown, it is the perfect lead-in for Ponzonia. To hear how come I never lose my faith, and then the raw as hell line, purple kiss on bloody top. Oh, it's so good. Ponzonia is just dripping with tension that is waiting for release, and I think all of that tension is stored in the string line. I love that this song is saying that you're going to be addicted to this group. It is so confident with a femme fatale edge. Instead of a temptress luring you into open waters, it's luring you over ice. The piano is just a steady presence throughout, and its descending lines into the chorus is just delightful. Honestly, if I have anything against this song, it's that I miss the dance break that the music video offers, because all of this tension is built and built and built, and I don't think it's ever fully released, and the dance break helped with some of that. The song is just steeped in power, and I would love to see how it would look if that power revealed itself. Like if you just made one wrong step and you stepped into the trap, when would you have that moment of, oh no? Can we talk again? I can and have looped this song for long periods of time. Every line is just a display of vocal strength and depth. Swan and Goon really make their voices sound heavy and full in this track, and it's so pleasing. I love the little runs at the end of different lines in the second verse. That's when it's super noticeable to me. This song is just so vocal driven and so silky in texture. I cannot get over it.
네가 없나도 널 들이막고 위로 Oh my gosh 날 좀 봐
Oh my gosh. I think the members trade lines so nicely in this song, and it has a certain smooth quality that I really associate with Chain produced songs. And I think that's very fun that I can have songs that I associate with her production style, and that I can have a song and I go, oh, I think Chaein had a hand in that one. That's super cool to me. I love when members are involved with the music. That's part of why I like Purple Kiss so much, is because their names are all over the credits. I think in this one, with all of those short little lines that members pass back and forth, I think Jiyoon sounds phenomenal in this song in particular. There's just a lot of moments where you really get to hear her. Also, in things I like, there's that little cutaway at just right after the chorus of Koronika. And it's spoken instead of sung, and I think it's so fabulous. This song is really cheeky and charismatic, and I think it's super cute. I really like Oh My Gosh. We are now in the top 10 now, and number 10 is My Heart Skip a Beat. This is the song that made me fall in love with Purple Kiss, and I stand by it. Whoever did the drums for this song absolutely killed it, because they made the choice that whenever possible the answer was just more cymbals, and they were right. This song just goes really hard, turns a corner, and then goes even harder. This is a song that has one of my favorite raps from Yuki. I think she sounds awesome in this. It's very fast-paced and playful all at once, and also very well dictated. It's just addictive and rhythmic and playful. I love her little "Hey Girls" in the chorus, and that whole section. It's great. It just gets me every time. Yurei also sounds really good in this track too. She suits that kind of gravelly vocal tone that they lean into during the song, and the way that their vocals kind of splinter at the ends of notes and lines just rocketing upwards. It's amazing.
I feel like a monster Nobody can stop 겁없이 내가 다쳐도 I never change my mind like autopilot yeah.
Number 9, Autopilot. It's got a synthwave sound with really sad lyrics, and I love that. At its best moments, you want to get up and dance, but then their voices are delivering the message. They sound very good. Swan, especially, I have to point out in this song, she sounds great, and I love her acoustic moment at the end of the song, that soft falling back. It feels like the end of a musical scene where the characters like belting out all of their feelings, and then they just process what they've said and they can't keep that energy anymore, and then they just break down and the curtain closes. This song has almost a cinematic quality to it, and also it goes hard and I want to dance. Number 8, Skip Skip. So I know I just said My Heart Skip a Beat is one of my favorite Yuki breaks. This is also one of my favorite Yuki verses. When this album first released, Skip Skip was my favorite track off of the album, and I still think it stands really strong in all of their discography. There's just so much to like here. I think the bulk of the background of this song is built on that oh, eh, oh. And then it's got that playful recorder line going up that sets up the melody. It's cheeky and it's bouncy, and I like how the lines carry that same bouncy quality with it. Most notably, there's like, I don't give a shh, and that playful element to it. It just flows so nicely into the song. And then there's the final chorus with all of the harmonized, hey baby, we could be like that. And then there's all of the ad-libs at the end. It all fits together. It's just gorgeous. Skip Skip is just a bubblegum girly who wants to flirt with you, and she also knows that it doesn't really matter if you take the bait or not. She's gonna find someone else. Coming in at number 7, we have Mem. While its introduction track is hollow, Mem is just full to the brim with different sounds, the crashes and clangs, a circular calliope melody, bubble pops, and more. This is Purple Kiss's take on Girl Crush, and it's to follow that pattern of a chant chorus or a metallic background and then totally spice it up with different rhythms in the verses, a totally new outro to tease the chorus, and then essentially have another chorus that is more lyrically heavy, and then to finish off this song with an ethereal belt from not one but 2 different vocalists to really seal the song. The lyrics say that it's going to get stuck in my head, and it absolutely succeeds. You know what love is bad. You know what love is bad. 온몸에 깊이 박혀 독하게 파고들어 in my head. Coming in at number 6, we have Love is Dead. And I personally think that Therapy is screaming this song on your drive home from work. Just saying. Purple Kiss takes more of a pop rock detour for this song, and I really love every moment of it. There is the sass in the delivery, the guitar, the little A, breakaway during Yuki's verse, and the strong bass in the intro. I don't have a lot to say on this one because I think it speaks for itself. Phenomenal track. Number 5, Sweet Juice. This comeback is so good and I'm so excited by it. This song holds tension so well. It's such a strong song, but ultimately the vocals are just velvety smooth and never really show their full potential or strength. So all of that tension is just tied down into the strings that are the backbone of this song. And they did so good providing the contrast. The strings are the thorns to this rose, and then the piano flourishes are just to die for on top of that. And then there are snaps that sound like drops fitting thematically, and the whispered vocals to commit to the theme. I love the soaring high notes that they hit in every chorus, but they never really fully stretch up to the full potential you know they can hit. Everything is so controlled and so calculated. This is a siren song. No one hate me, but say you love me. Tell you know I take a moody. Hashtag catching my love story. No one hate me, I'm say you love me. Number 4, Hate Me, Hurt Me, Love Me. This song does have Disney Channel vibes. Like, this is the final track for a decom, and when they learn that friendship is what they really needed to keep everything afloat, and then they just have a jam session or a final montage or a breakthrough idea that saves the day. And I mean this all in a complimentary fashion. It just builds from the beginning in a way that the end release feels so deserved. And then there's the little snaps on the beats and claps. The bass guitar, or it might be a guitar synth, is super bouncy and delightful, and it's really inviting you to just come and dance. No occasion necessary. Celebrate this moment for whatever it is. Oh, you know I'm the one, babe. Your girl, only one, babe. So why we wasting time? Number 3, So Why. I love the flirty and confident vibes of this track. This is like Skip Skip's younger sister, and she learned all of the tricks of the trade and is now doing it even a little bit better. The electric guitar in this track just makes the song, And it's one of Chain's very first songs that she gets full credits, I think solo credits on some of this, and it feels like it establishes her sound. I also really like the stripping away of everything in the pre-chorus just to bring it back for the chorus, and it just feels like a party every single time. I also feel like pointing out all of the little pops and bits and bobs. In Yuki's verse, the sound design is great there to make her shine. Coming in at number 2 is Zombie. I told you in the beginning that Zombie is my favorite title track from Purple Kiss, and I am putting it high up because I believe in it. It is just the hook you cannot get away from. Zombie, be, 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 be. I think if people were going to listen to one Purple Kiss song, this is the song I would push their way. It is just deliciously electric and synthy. Every beat is just ready to pounce onto the next one. Goen's high note makes the song, and then there's the creepy cute of Aikam Jakya. That's so delightful. They are the lyrics of seeing people as a snack, very literally. The lyrical results are so playful and so charming. I cannot get enough of Zombie, truly.
I'm pretty psycho. 삐뚤어질래 나쁜 아이돌 멋대로 할래. I'm freaky psycho.
And finally, my top Purple Kiss track is Pretty Psycho. It is just the right amount of off-putting to fit the title exactly. I love the sighing notes that kick off the chorus and airily hang above the rest of the song. It's full of flourishes, like z z z, omo, and all of the other little things throughout. They fill up the dance break and bridge with the piano riffs and the M-E-M-E-M repeated throughout. There's that sound that almost sounds like a radio playing in the background. This song has a glass shard quality to it. It's beautiful to look at, but sharp to the touch. It flew to the top of this list, and despite it being really hard to choose where everything went, Pretty Psycho had very few challenges when I put it at number 1, and it just stayed there. I doubt that the published introduction songs are going to get expanded into full tracks as they are already published, but this one really gives me hope that they will go back and do that someday. And with that, we have reached the end of my list of the Purple Kiss discography ranking. I don't know if there's any hot takes in there or not, but it's what fits me. If this so inspired you, please drop your own list in the comments. I would love, love, love to see them. Or if you see any other Purple Kiss ranking videos, feel free to drop me the link, because I would also love, love, love to see that. This is one of my favorite groups, and I love their music, and it was really fun to interact with them in this way. So, thank you very much for watching, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you soon. Peace!